The tables have turned completely in Abuja, and these are stuff you cannot make up. The very people who were supposed to be the gatekeepers of law, order, and anti-corruption in Nigeria are currently taking major losses in the exact same courts they used to run and administer. We're talking about millions in bail for a former tribunal chairman and a staggering 40+ properties permanently seized from a former attorney general. So carefully, let's react to Channels TV breaking report, and let's break down how the hunter officially became the hunted.
Former chairman of the Code of Conduct Tribunal, Mr. Danladi Umar, has been granted 100 million naira bail by a Federal Capital Territory High Court in Abuja.
100 million naira bail for the former chairman of the Code of Conduct Tribunal. You see, the Code of Conduct Tribunal is literally the body set up to make sure that public officers behave themselves and they don't abuse or misuse their offices. It's like finding out that the head of the anti-cheating committee was caught with expo inside his socks in an examination. And when you say 100 million naira in this economy, that's a lot of bags of rice, guys. But let's see what he actually did.
Justice 𝗕𝗃𝗏𝗃𝗃, in a brief ruling, ordered him to produce one surety in like sum with a valid certificate of occupancy. Mr. Umar, who is facing a 4-count EFCC charge of allegedly conferring undue advantage on himself while in office, pleaded not guilty.
He pleaded not guilty, which is a standard legal procedure. But let's take a close look at the charge: conferring undue advantage on himself while in office. Now, translating that from the legal to plain English, the EFCC is alleging that he used his massive position of power to grease his own pockets. And the deep irony here is that the CCT is where public officers are tried for asset declaration issues. If the person presiding over the assets of others is facing an EFCC charge for his own conduct, who then watches over the watchmen? You get, this is a massive institutional crisis, masked as a regular court case.
The court granted bail after ruling that the EFCC failed to prove its claims that Mr. Umar was a flight risk or could interfere with witnesses. The case was adjourned until October the 29th this year, while Danladi Umar is to remain at the Kuje Correctional Center pending the fulfillment of his bail conditions.
Pending the fulfillment of his bail conditions, he is to remain at the Kuje Correctional Center. That means no matter how big you are, if your paperwork or your surety with a valid certificate of occupancy isn't ready by the close of business, you are sleeping in Kuje. Now, from commanding a tribunal to checking into a correctional center, the law is beautiful when it chooses not to respect faces. But guys, that's just the appetizer. Let's get to the main course. Abubakar Malami's 40 properties.
Justice Joyce Abdul Malik of the Federal High Court Abuja has ordered the final forfeiture of more than 40 properties linked to former Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice Abubakar Malami. Judge Abdul Malik granted the application of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, after holding that the respondents failed to rebut the reasonable suspicion that the properties were acquired through unlawful activities.
Over 40 of his properties, final forfeiture. For those who don't know, Abubakar Malami was the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice. And he was literally the Chief Law Officer of Nigeria. If the Chief Law Officer's assets are being permanently seized by the state, we aren't just talking about a mirror leak in the system. The whole dam has been busted. Notice the wordings of the just use failed to rebut the reasonable suspicion that the properties were acquired through unlawful activities. In anti-corruption law, there's a concept called unexplained wealth orders. If you can't prove how your legal salary bought 40 properties, then the court assumes it's dirty money. Now let's see how Abubakar Malami tries to fight it in court.
The judge dismissed several applications, motions on notice, and applications to show cause filed by Mr. Malami, his family members, and some companies linked to the properties, describing them as wanting in merit. She held that the issue before the court was not who owns the property, but how legitimate are the funds used to acquire the properties.
The judge completely shut down the classic Nigerian diversion tactic. What did Malami and his lawyers do? They tried to hide the assets under family members and various company names to confuse the court. They filed multiple motions, but Justice Joyce Abdul Malik came through with pure fire. She said, listen, I don't care whose name is written on the document. Show me the money trail. This is an incredible legal precedent. It means you can't just open 50 shell companies or use your uncle's cousin's name to hide real estate anymore if you can't map it back to a legitimate source of income.
The EFCC had instituted the civil forfeiture proceedings in January, seeking the permanent forfeiture of 57 properties valued at 212.8 billion naira, which it alleged were proceeds of unlawful activities linked to the former Attorney General of the Federation, Mr. Abubakar Malami.
Am I the only one, or did you guys hear that number? The initial suit was for 57 properties valued at 212.8 billion naira. Billion with a letter B. Let's put that into perspective. 212 billion naira could comfortably fund the annual budget of multiple states in Nigeria, or it could upgrade hospitals and universities nationwide. Even though the judge vacated the interim order on a few, securing a final forfeiture on over 40 properties is a massive win for the EFCC. This sent a loud and clear message to the current public officials that power is transient and not absolute. The immunity you think you have today will one day expire, and the system can and will come for its money. This is easily one of the most wild legal days in recent Nigerian history. It proves that accountability might take time, but it catches up eventually. What do you guys think? Is this the start of a real cleanup, or is it just a tip of the iceberg? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to read what you think about this 212 billion naira property saga. And please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and share this video so more people can see what's really happening behind the scenes. See you in our next video. Thank you and have a great day.